Hi everyone, my name is Muhaimen. This video is the fourth lecture of my Excel series, which is Excel for Beginners complete course. At the end of the lecture, there is a quiz based on the topics. Make sure to watch the complete video and complete the quiz. In this video, you will learn following topics: basic Excel functions, commonly used Excel functions, autofill, percentage in Excel, if function. Our first topic is basic Excel functions. First, I'll share the difference between a function and a formula. A function in Excel is a predefined formula that performs calculations using specific values. A formula is an equation designed by a user in Excel. Don't confuse function with formula, these two are different things. In my third lecture, for the column G and H, which are total marks and percentage, I have used formula. For this lecture, I'll use function. For now, let's remove the formulas. First, I'll perform a very basic function, which is a sum. In the cell G2, I'll start my function with an equal signs and type sum. There are also different functions in Excel which start from sum, like sum if, sum ifs, and other. In front of each sum function, there is a little bit of description which shows what it will do. The sum function will add all the numbers in a range of cells. Remember, when we type a formula and press enter, it gives us the answer. But for the function, if I press enter, it just gives me a name error, which means Excel can't find the data it needs to calculate. To correct this, I'll delete it and again start with equals, sum, and as you can see, there are other sum functions which we will explore in the coming lectures. For now, I'll go to the sum, and from the keyboard I can press tab or I can double click with the mouse button. When I select the sum function, Excel automatically inserted a left parenthesis at the beginning of the function. If you have an older version of Excel, you can add it manually. As soon as I inserted a function in Excel, it gave me suggestion that you can add numbers separated by a comma. But I want to add a range of this function. To add a range, I can simply drag from cell C2 to F2 and press enter. Do not worry about the right parenthesis, it will be automatically added. There is another way to add a cell range in sum function. Type equals, sum, and press tab and mention the range from cell C2, colon, F2 and press enter. It will give you the answer. Our second topic is commonly used Excel functions. Some functions in Excel are very common, so Excel developers place a dedicated button in Excel. I'll select the cell G3 and instead of typing anything, I'll just go to Home tab and under the editing ribbon, there is an option which is auto sum. I'll simply click it and Excel automatically detects what I want to sum and just press enter. If you click on the little arrow next to AutoSum, there are other options too which are commonly used in Excel. Our third topic is autofill. Remember flash fill from the previous lectures? I am using the flash fill again and again because it's a very useful feature of Excel and you will use a lot in your Excel journey. It works well when you enter a specific pattern and Excel then extends the pattern. So I developed a pattern which is sum of cells C2 to F2 and then C3 to F3, and now I want Excel to follow this pattern. When I select the cell which is G3, you can notice a tiny green square at the lower right corner at the selected cells. This green square is called autofill handle. I'll just double click and Excel automatically completes my task. Fourth topic is a percentage in Excel. In my lecture 3, I calculated the percentage for each student by following a formula. Now I will use a predefined percentage style. To calculate percentage, I have to type the formula because Excel don't have a divide function. I'll type a formula starting with equal signs, obtain marks, divided by total marks and press enter. Recall previous lectures and repeat in your head. For autofill, Excel follows a pattern. If I use autofill, Excel will give me an error, so I'll log the cell G9. To do this, I'll remove this formula and in the first formula, I'll log the cell G9, and to log this, I'll double click the cell and put a $sign in front of the G and $sign in front of 9 and press enter. If I double click on any of the formulas, you can see that the cell G9 is logged by making it an absolute cell reference. To calculate percentage, I'll just select the cells and in the Home tab under the number ribbon, I simply click on percentage button and it will convert my numbers into professional looking percentages. Our fifth topic is if function. I am very optimistic that now you have a very solid understanding of the basic Excel function. Now let's use an if function which is a little bit complex. In the column I want to add the grade of each student. I know my school rule, which is if total numbers are above 90% then it's an A plus, above 80% it's an A, and above 70% it's a B. But on Excel I will perform it with the help of function which is an if function. First I'll name my column with grades. In the column I2 I'll start the function with equals, type if and press tab. I'll use a nested if function which is a little bit complex, but don't worry, I got your back. Select cell H2 which is my score, and if the score is greater than 90% return A plus, comma again if function, and if the score is greater than 80% return A, comma if function, and the score is greater than 70% return B. This is the grade of Muhammad, and for other students I don't need to enter the if function again and again. I'll just use the autofill handle and drag it to the last student. This will automatically mention the grade for each student. By following the if function in Excel, you can have so much possibilities. That's the end of the video. I'll see you again in the next lecture. Try to solve the quiz and mention your score in the comment section. Quiz is starting now. Thank you.